Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me Lona, and today's tutorial is about how to make another ruffle dress. I already have one that is more of a duchess dress. It is having a ruffle on the upper part, but I've never made a dress with ruffles on the downer part. So this is my first dress with downer ruffles. Hope you guys love it and yeah, enjoy making it. We're going to be using medium weight here, and mine is not medium weight. That's why I have two here. I'm going to be doubling my strands, and I'm going to be using in the shade white and blue. This is royal blue, I think. Yeah, so and a pair of scissors, a 4mm crochet hook. Then I didn't carry my tape measure, but you need a tape measure to get your circumference around the hip area. So with all that said, let's go ahead and chain a chain that is long enough to cover our hip area circumference. So mine is just 130 chains. So what I'm going to be doing is making a slip knot, because I'm going to be doubling my strands, and chaining 5, 1 2 3, sorry, 4 5. When you chain 5, make sure you remove your hook from the first chain and get into the last chain like this. This is going to help you this is going to help you keep your work straight. Just do this and enter back into that first chain. So I had already chained 5. We're going to chain 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to chain the total circumference around our hip area. I'm going to come back and tell you how many chains I made. Just go ahead and chain that measurement. So I have 120 chains. This is how it looks like. Make sure you try and see if it fits you, okay? I want you to chain something that you feel it can go with your body. So you're going to go ahead and make a slip knot. This is what you're going to have. So our first row is going to be double crochets. So chain 3 and make a double crochet in the first chain like that, and all around these chains we're going to be making a double crochet in every chain. So just, I hope you know how to double crochet. You just insert your hook, pull, enter through the first 2 loops and the second 2 loops, just like that. First 2 and second 2. So go ahead and complete this round of double crochets. See you when you're done with it. So I'm done entering every chain. What we're going to be doing is slip stitching on top of our chain 3 right there. This is the only time we're going to slip stitch like this, but make sure your chain is not twisted. So from here we're going to chain 3 and turn our work and make double crochets in every stitch. We're not going to be doing any increases or reduction, since we have already used the circumference around our hip area. I want the skirt, the whole dress to be more of a bodycon. I don't want it to be large in any way, so I'm just going to not do any increments on this pattern, but I normally do some increments around the hip area for those people with large hips. I have a video on how to increase, and you can check out. I'll leave the link in the description box if you want to learn how to increase around the hip area in case you have extra big hips that this pattern cannot accommodate. Then you can increase, okay? But for this pattern I want it to be more of a bodycon. yeah, I don't want it to over increase. So go ahead and just finish up this row. I just want to show you guys how we are going to be slip stitching at the end. That is the only difference. Otherwise we are just going to go round and round and round this pattern until we achieve our asymmetrical. I want it to be something like that. So we are going to make up to like 15 rows of double crochets, just plain double crochets without increases or decreases. Then when we reach 15 rows, I'll start showing you what needs to be done. Okay, so guys, let's go round this row. I'll show you what to do at the end of the row. Okay, so this is what I have. After finishing the second row, I entered my last stitch, as you can see. So from here, in this position, you're going to turn your work like this. So in this position, just turn your work like this. From here, you're going to just remove your hook, pull this loop a bit like this, remove your hook, go into this stitch right here, count 1 2 3, and on top of this it's a stitch, right? Enter this stitch, okay, and pull this loop through the stitch, and you would have closed your work completely. This helps you to, you notice the chain 3 slip stitch on top, it leaves some little space there, but this one closes your work completely, if you notice. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but if I'm to pull this like this, there is a space here, but there is no space here, you get? So that's why I prefer this type of slip stitching, because it closes your work completely. So you, from here, you're just going to chain 3. You would have already turned your work, if you noticed. Okay, so you would already be just continuing. You don't again turn your work after slip stitching. So I'm going to show you guys one more time. So this is the third row. Go ahead and finish the third row, and I show you one more time. So guys, I'm here once again after entering my last stitch right there. Make sure there is always a stitch there because you can identify stitches. So from here, turn your work the way we turned, pull this loop, enter into the first stitch, and just pull this like this. Okay, so from here on, we are just going to continue chaining 3 and just making round double crochets round for like this is 1 2 3. We need 12 more rows because we are making 15 rows. Okay, so from here add 12 more, just doing the same thing, no increments, no reductions, just the same thing. See you when you're done. So guys, I'm back with my 15 lines. We are going to be adding 2 more lines. I want it to be a bit here, right? So this is 15. Just go ahead and add 2 more lines. I thought 15 would be enough, but let's make it 17. Okay, just add 2 more lines and come back. So guys, this is how my 17 lines is looking like. So now we can talk from here. I hope you have your 17. We can count check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 and 17. Hope you have your 17 too. So what we are doing from here is just closing off this row, because we are going to be reducing from one of the sides. So go ahead and turn the way I taught you and close up this row, and you're going to just yarn over once like that and cut off your yarn. Okay, tighten that like that. So from here we are going to this side. Okay, I'm seated like this and I'm going to my right side. Okay, it's going to be on my right. That's where the reduction is going to be. But anyway, you can choose any side you want to reduce from, but I prefer the right side. So just go and get the middle of your work. Make sure the seam is in the middle, okay, like mine. Okay, then we are going to be getting the exact 2 stitches. Make sure your work is perfectly aligned. Let me first redo mine again, because we need equal numbers of stitches on both sides. So we need, okay, you're going to count 1, 2 stitches like that. Okay, this is what I mean. I had to show it very close. So on the other side, it's okay, you can just get your stitch marker. Okay, I don't have a stitch marker usually, but let me get something to help me denote that part. So again, once again, let me do this perfectly aligned and enter into those first 2 stitches from the other side. For this side, to help you, you're going to just attach your yarn. Okay, get stitch markers please. Yeah, I don't have a stitch marker, that's why I'm having a hard time doing that. So that's all we need, right? If you notify it once, it won't disturb you. So from this side, we're going to be taking one side and putting another stitch marker. Where is my rope? Put another stitch marker in the other stitch that we entered underneath 2 stitches. Okay, I can denote this on my own, but I want you guys to be able to identify it, because me, I can identify it without stitch markers. So we just only need this side. Okay, these 2 sides, I mean just these 2. Okay, we got this like this and we put this. We don't need this side, sorry, we only need this side. I just got you guys messed up for no reason. So we only need these 2. So the first one is here and the second one is here. Sorry for that confusion. If you put a stitch marker this side, it's okay, you can remove it. We only need these 2. So we're going to start working from this. We are leaving let me see how many stitches I left in between. 2 stitches, 1 stitch, the other one is here. So this is the exact side of my work. So we're just going to get our yarn and try to do something that is asymmetrical, an asymmetrical pattern. Okay, we're going to be reducing. Okay, so you're going to attach in your first space there and make double crochets until you reach the other stitch marker. Okay, just until you reach here, this point. Okay, this is what I mean. So just double crochet, no more double crochets in every stitch, just like that. I'm going to meet you when you're that side and I show you what we are going to be doing starting now on. Meet you that side. Okay, yeah, sorry for the confusion, but this is a new pattern and I'm also just getting the calculations right. Okay, so hopefully you bear with me. So meet you on the other side. So guys, I'm so sorry for what I'm going to do now, but it's not really going to be a big deal. I just want you guys to unravel this. I notice it's not a mistake though, but I just want our work to be a bit neater. You can also do it like this, but it won't be so neat. Okay, so the correction is small but very necessary. Okay, so instead of putting it in the middle here, we are going to use the seam. Okay, let's make the seam be on the side. This is the seam, right? This is the seam. Let's make the seam be on the side instead of getting the middle. I just wanted our work to be a bit neat. I noticed the other pattern would not make it neat, so we are just basically doing the same thing, counting one stitch and entering from this side. So you're just going to put your stitch marker. It's the same thing. The only thing is we just want the seam to not look bad. Okay, so go ahead and just do that. I'm sorry, it's really something small, but I'm sure it takes you guys back to, I'm sorry. Really very sorry. So from here we can just enter this stitch and continue. The difference is the seam is going to be on the side and it's going to be more neat when it's on the side. So we're just going to attach our yarn, chain 3, okay, and just double crochet until we reach this stitch marker. So sorry for that, but I'm sure you can bear with me. So just double crochet and meet you there. Sorry for this, really, so sorry for this. Okay, meet you there. So guys, I've approached my stitch marker, so I'm entering into this stitch, and this is my stitch marker right here. I can pull it off. So if you notice, this is the seam. From both sides we are just one stitch away from the seam. This is one stitch, this is one stitch. So this is going to create an effect like this. Okay, so from here we're going to be reducing. That is the only thing we're going to be doing is chaining 3. Then we're going to turn our work. Okay, then we're going to reduce, like instead of entering this first stitch, we're going to skip the first stitch right there, okay, and enter into this second stitch. So that is all you're doing. Then just double crocheting again back up to the other side and also make a reduction. So we're just going to reduce until we get that slanted pattern. Okay, so just double crochet until you reach the other side and I'll meet you there. So this is our first reduction. Okay, let's count them so that we know how many reductions we need to get the look we are going to be having. So this is the first one. Okay, every time you reduce you count, okay, so that we know how many reductions we are going to be doing. So see you on the other side. Okay, yeah, so I'm approaching my second reduction point. Second reduction, so you're going to stop two stitches before you end your work. Okay, we are going to skip this this second last stitch. This is the second last and this is the last. We are skipping this stitch and entering into our last stitch. Okay, so this is our second reduction. Okay, chain 3 and make your third reduction, chain 3, and instead of entering our first stitch we are entering the second stitch. So basically what I'm saying is we are going to be making rapid reductions, okay, so that we get that slanted pattern quickly. The reduction is when you double crochet and reach here, stop 2 stitches, like you stop here, you skip this last one, enter into this last one, turn, skip the first one, enter into the second one. Let me take you through it the second time. So this is our third reduction. Okay, count please so that I don't lose you. Okay, that's the only way I'll know you're doing the reductions well, when your number of reductions are the same as mine. So meet you on the other side. So guys, I'm approaching my fourth reduction. I left 2 as you can see. all I'm doing is keeping this one and entering into the last stitch. Okay, that's my fourth reduction. Chain 3, turn your work. Instead of entering this one, enter into this one. That is my fifth reduction. So I want you to continue reducing. I'll come and tell you how many reductions I did. Just keep counting, but I'll come and see you guys when you're done with reducing. So if you notice, our work is already starting to slant. Okay, this is what we are trying to achieve. With every row of reduction, it's going to slant a bit more. So go ahead and just continue reducing until we get the perfect slant. Okay, our reductions might not be the same depending on the size of our project. If you have a smaller piece, then in case you're smaller, your reductions might be fewer, but in case yours is bigger, you might have more reductions and a longer dress. So let's go ahead and see how many reductions we need to achieve our perfect look. So I'm currently on my fifth reduction. See you then when you're done. Hello, I'm back. So guys, I noticed I cannot dictate the amount of reductions you can do, but I did 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 rows of reduction, but you can do it until you feel that your skirt is looking better. So I don't want you to say, no, she did 15, I also want to do 15. If it's still not slanted enough for you, you can still go ahead and reduce it. So I'm here. My last row was a front post. I don't know whether yours was a back post or a front post. All we're doing is turning and slip stitching on top of the chain 3. 1 2 3. On top of the chain 3 is a stitch. Slip stitch in that stitch like that. So from here we're chaining 3 and just continuing with the back post, front post. Where there is a front post, you will see if a front post is a bit in front and a back post is a bit in the back. So this was a back post, that's why I made a back post, and this is a front post, that's why I'm going to make a front post, a back post, then a front post. We are doing this for almost for like 5 to 4 lines. Yeah, go ahead and do this for 4 to 5 lines, the same procedure, and come back and we continue upwards a bit. Yeah, 4 to 5 lines, just the back post, front post in blue. You slip stitch, you repeat the process again, slip stitch, repeat the process until you reach 4 or 5 lines. So I'm back with the 4 lines of the waistband. You can do 4 or 5. So from here we are going to slip stitch and close off this row. Like that. Then you cut. So from here you're going to work upwards again. Put your work aligned very well, and you're going to check from the back how you want your back for you to look. Do you want it to have a big back space or small back space? So I'm just going to put my work like this and determine where I want the space to end. So you need stitch markers for that. I don't have stitch markers. So from the back you can choose like somewhere here, like I'm choosing this part. So you're going to put this in the last part there, just leave it there as a stitch marker. Then from this front part you're also going to put one there. So this is where your back is going to be. So you can extend this whether you find the back is going to be a bit, like I'm finding mine is a bit going to be small, so I'll extend. It depends on how you want it to look. So there. Oh. Okay. There. So you make sure it's perfectly aligned. Try and check again. So like mine is not perfectly aligned, I needed it to be there. Okay, so that is it. That's where my back is going to start. So it means I'm going to start working from here and stopping there and back and forth. The only thing we are doing is no more double crochets, nothing like a back post, front post. So here just attach your rope, thread here, and chain 3 at this point. Okay, and it's a bit tight. Chain 3 and double crochet until you reach that part. So all I'm doing is double crocheting in every stitch because there are stitches, of course. Just double crochet to the next stitch marker, entering every stitch. Okay, see you at the other stitch marker. So from here we are going to just chain 3 and turn our work since we have reached the stitch marker, and continue the pattern for 15 to 20 lines depending on how much coverage your chest can take, but it's just 15 to 20 lines. So just go back and forth from here to here, back and forth for 15 to 20 lines. You'd be done with that top part. Yeah, see you then. So guys, this is how 20 rows is looking like. I hope you're done with your 20 rows too. From here we're just going to be doing a back post, front post, double crochet. Let me finish up my row and take you through that. So you're going to chain 3 and make a front post, the same thing we did for the waist, though we are doing it for only one row, and a back post. This is just to give our work some edging. Okay, so go ahead and complete this row with a front post and a back post. But in case your upper part is not yet long enough, you feel it cannot yet cover your breast well, you can extend by some 5 or 6 lines until you find you've gotten your perfect coverage, because this pattern always gives a hard time when you have big boobs. Okay, you might not really be able to wear it when you have very big boobs. So you check your body and see which pattern fits you. If there is any increments you need to make, you should go ahead and make that. So it's always good to be flexible, you know, because some patterns are just for a particular body shape. So where you feel, this thing won't fit me yet, you add a few lines. So from here I'm just going to finish this row. Meet you when you're done with this row. Okay, it's just one row and we're done. So in the last one there, we're going to put a normal double crochet to close off our work. This is how our work is looking. I wanted to give it that little ribbing on the top, and I think it wasn't a bad idea. So from here we're going to just yarn over, cut our yarn, because we are done with the upper part. Yes, all we need is a chain for the back, just to lace up the back, and we're done. So from here we are going to be working on the down ruffles. So to start off, we're just going to place double crochets all round. So you're going to go at the seam, okay, on the side right there, in the exact middle of the seam. Make sure you're in the exact middle, I mean. Attach your yarn and chain 3. So we're going to be placing a double crochet there. Okay, let me try and increase the pixels there so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. So what we're doing is placing a double crochet inside there too. Sorry for this. So we would be on this part, right, that has no double crochet hole. So for every part that looks like a chain like this, place 2 double crochets inside there. Okay, hope you're seeing. And for every part that looks like a bar, place this part, place 1 double crochet. This part that looks like a chain, place 2 double crochets. And in this part here in the middle there, before you go to the next space, place 1 double crochet. My yarn is a bit twisted, yet I want to show you guys this. So I hope you've gotten it. In this long part, place 2 double crochets. Okay, and in the other part, place a double crochet. See you when you're done. We're going to just go all round this part, going down here, and we are going to meet here where we started from. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, I hope it's not off camera. We're going to do that. So finish up and come back with the whole of the round. Okay, so I've reached here. I felt like showing you guys this last part. From here we're going to chain, I don't know, we are not going to chain anything. We're just going to go straight into the stitches. Okay, just continue going into every stitch, because on the edge there you can see that there are stitches you have to work into. So unlike this part where there were no stitches, okay, so for the edge, for the other parts where there are stitches, you just enter the stitches with a single double crochet, so not 2. Okay, thought that was going to confuse you, so I had to clarify. See you when you're done, and I hope you know what to do when you reach the other part, the same thing you did here. So I'm here closing the row. I'm just going to place 1 double crochet there, and I'm just going to turn my work and enter on top of the chain 3 where we started, and close it off. Okay, so we are back where we started. So this is how our work looks like on the edge. We gave it that I had to do it in white because I didn't want it to look disorganized, because when you put blue there's a way it's going to cause some little disorganization. So you're going to get your next color, since this is now the ruffly part. Okay, so get your next color and we start off our first row. So all we are doing is attaching, just yarn over like this. We're going to make a slip knot and attach our other color. That is, mine is blue. I don't know which color you've chosen, but I'm sure it's a nice color. So just take that other color, chain 3, pull, then cut off the white. We would have attached our next color. So the only part we'll need the white is for the lacing in the back. That is just a chain. So we're going to start off opposite. We are working on the other side. We're going to start off by oh sorry, we shouldn't have chain 3, just chain 1, okay, because our first row is going to be single crochet. Sorry for that. Chain 1 and place 2 single crochets in every stitch. 2 single crochets in every stitch, okay, 2 single crochets like this. It's very easy to single crochet, yeah. So we place 2 in every stitch until you reach the point where you started from. See you then with your 2 single crochets. So I'm approaching the end of my first row. The only thing I'm left with is 1 stitch. So in that 1 stitch we're going to just put 1 single crochet, not 2, okay, just 1 single crochet. So we're just going to slip stitch the same way we always do, but this time we're just going to slip stitch in one of the stitches like that, in that single crochet stitch, okay. So from here you're going to chain 3 since your work is already turned, and make double crochets all the way around in every stitch, okay. Just put a double crochet in every stitch. Meet you when you're done with this row and we do the next increase for the next ruffle look, okay. Finish up this double crochet row, come back for the next. See you then. So guys, this is the final look. As you can see, that's how my dress turned out. So guys, this is the perfect final look, really. I just feel it's so perfect, that's why it came out like that. So I added only 1 more row of double crochet, so in total I have 1, 2, 3 rows of double crochet plus the single crochet. Those are 4 rows of blue. So after the 2 I just added 1 more line and it brought me this lovely roughly edging. So my dress is finally done and I can't wait to wear it and show you guys. So thank you so much for watching and being part of my journey and always supporting me. For my returning subscribers, I'm always grateful for you guys and I just feel so lucky to have you guys. Thank you so much for always supporting me, and I'll always try my best to keep up with you guys and come up with nice designs. See you in the next tutorial. Bye. Thank you. So that's the final look. Bye.